The long-awaited sequel to the Lion King franchise, one of Disney's biggest hits, is finally being released. It was perfect, but did you catch all the small details and hidden Easter eggs in the Mufasa trailer? We can see the two little lion cubs hopping from one hippopotamus to another. One cub has lighter fur in front and the one behind has a more vibrant yellow color. The little lion with the vibrant fur is none other than Mufasa, and the lighter furred one is his brother Scar. After that, we see two lions step by step working and playing together in their teenage life, and then they're seen together again in the center of a circle formed by several animals, the Rafiki, who changed their life forever. All this happened long before Scar even thought of ending his brother's life when they were still very close friends. But how did everything change? What turned Scar so evil, and all the other details hidden in the Mufasa trailer? In Lion King, one thing that really caught Lion King fans' attention is that the lions walk in the snow, which is unusual for Africa. But there are indeed places on this vast continent where snow exists year-round. One such place is Kilimanjaro, highest mountain in all of Africa, which is actually a DOR volcano but still has snow nearly all year. There is snow at the top of that mountain, and there is a diverse variety of African animals. The lions seen in the snow might be set here or on a similar mountain, but why would they be in such a place? Snow being water in solid, the snow melts to form lakes and rivers. In the trailer, we can see that the land where Mufasa lives is completely dry. We even see a giraffe with a cub trying to eat something from a leafless tree, and the entire land is dry. Mufasa is very worried about home, but he does not know how to get water for the land. At that moment, a drop of water reflects his face, indicating that the rainy season has arrived on the continent. After the rains, we see that the landscape becomes much greener and even the waterfall is much fuller, but this indicates that the story of the Mufasa film is going to be quite different from the version of the Lion King that Disney previously established. Move faster from what can be seen in this film. Disney has primarily altered the origin story of Mufasa and Scar. This is evident from the fact that they will not be blood brothers in the film, as evidenced when Rafiki mentions that a lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood. He is referring to Mufasa himself. This is the totally opposite story of the Lion King movie that Disney publishes in their book. In the book, we see that Mufasa and Scar were the children of king and queen. Mufasa was the elder one, and Scar the younger one. Mufasa would inherit the throne as it eventually happened. It seems we might need to erase everything that you've just heard. Scar will be the heir to his father, but will end up not keeping the throne, which is probably the main reason he decides to kill his brother in the future. We can see the lion on a rock seemingly by a waterfall. If you pause the trailer, you'll notice another lion beside him with lighter fur, which is exactly Scar's color. In this scene, the two brothers are facing some great unknown danger together. Coolest scenes in the trailer where a little lion cub is looking at the starry sky, and there are some people may not have realized, but in the sky, you can see the silhouette of a lion according to the lore. Only the Lion Kings become stars after their death. This started with Moat, the lion who was originally Mufasa's grandfather, and Simba's great-grandfather, the protagonist of the Lion King. When King Mohatu, the first sovereign of the Kingdom Lands, died of natural causes, the animals to present noticed an extremely bright star in the sky, which came to represent the soul of the deceased king. But Mufasa lacks royal lineage as his parents were not monarchs in the movie. Then, who is appearing in the sky? It would be King Ahadi, who adopts Mufasa after finding the cub wandering alone in the Kingdom Lands. In the new film, he will also die. This means that Mufasa is an orphan twice, and he will feel very lonely. That's essentially what will happen to Mufasa throughout his movie. But before we dive into this sad story, little Mufasa will be alone in the middle of the African savannah. Over time, he will meet another lion cub named Taka, who is Scar. Taka, or Scar if you prefer, will introduce Mufasa to his parents, the king and queen of the Kingdom Lands, who will adopt a little cub as their own, making him Scar's brother, though not by blood. At the start of the trailer, we see two scenes involving a gigantic tree. This tree is likely the same tree of life that Rafiki mentions in the official Lion King books. It is to this tree that Simba's third child, Kion, goes after the wise baboon, and tells him that only there would he find the cure to rid himself of the poison in his body following a snake bite. This is the same poison that had been placed in Scar's body years earlier, driving him mad and obsessed with the throne held by his brother. We can even see that the two baboons are in the tree, indicating that Rafiki already knows the place and thus suggests it so that Mufasa's grandson can save himself in the future. We know that the story of the Hakuna Matata duo is one of the funniest characters from The Lion King. Everyone was very surprised when we saw them in a scene fighting almost equally against a lion who appeared to be Scar, but how did this happen? More importantly, how could Timon and Pumbaa have survived? The story itself will focus on the two characters Mufasa and Scar and how they will manage to overcome adversities together, at least until Scar turns evil and also tries to kill Mufasa. Everything that we saw in the first movie happens.